Got the Mavic 3 Classic with me today. I'm going to take it for a flight and just kind of see how this new cruise control, cruise lock feature that has also been added to the original Mavic 3 via firmware update. We're going to see how it works with the Classic and if it's a feature I like, and probably you will too. Apart from that, I've got a new bike. You guys saw my big dog review for the Hemingway bike, and some of you guys recommended that I try this one. I went out and got this bike. Maybe we'll get some tracking shots with this drone that maybe I can use in my upcoming bike review. In case you guys don't know, my name is Xavier. I do a lot of drone videos, DaVinci Resolve editing with drones, and now e-bike and e-scooter videos as well. So welcome to the channel. Make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already. Now, while we wait for the drone and the controller to boot up before we fly, I just want to say I've got ND filters coming from Freewell. So as soon as those get here, I'll make an ND video for you guys in case this might be your first drone or you're not familiar with the ND filters. Also, while we wait on GPS, I just want to mention, for those of you out there who have the DJI Air 2S and you did the drone hacks in your drone, you can go ahead and update this. The Air 2S will still be able to fly anywhere, and it will work with the Classic as you see now. I checked it out this morning and everything is good to go. And we've got GPS, so let's get this bad boy up in the air. This is the stuff I talk about, right? Look, I have launch approval to take off and fly up to 100 feet. Literally, I had to move. I had to move from where I was flying. I have approval by the FAA to fly up to 100 feet, right? But when it's time to unlock, the unlock is it's not working. But what happens if I was on a job? What happens if DJI, tell me what happens if I paid $2,300, I go to take off up over there where I have clearance from the FAA and this bullshit pops up on my phone, on my screen. $1,200 for this, $2,300 for this, and I can't rely on the shit to unlock. If there was money involved and I was doing a job, DJI, would you reimburse me? Would you reimburse me if I lost money and I'm standing there with my client says shoot this? What will you do, DJI? Could you answer me? So when you guys like Lon, yes, I'm calling you out, Lon, because who knows where you flying, where you going, where you fly every day. It's different out here in New York. So when people talk about the software not working properly, yes, this is what we're talking about. I can't even get an unlock right here. Can't even get an unlock. Thank God I'm able to take off. As long as I don't go more than a block that way, I'll be fine, right? Anyway, I'm done ranting. I'll put that aside. Right now, honestly, I just feel like taking this drone back. I have so many plans and so many videos that I wanted to make with this drone. It's stuff like this that pisses me off with my money. All right, I'm gonna take a minute, cool off. I'll come back and we'll go for a flight. Let's go under control, under button customization. And this is the C1 button. Let's do C1, no, let's do C2. C2 will do cruise control. Take it off auxiliary light and put it on cruise control. This is nice, right? All right, I'm gonna go in normal mode because I want the, a matter of fact, cinema mode, because I wanted to do it slowly. So I'm gonna look down a little bit and kind of do a wrap around, and then let's wrap around while I drop altitude and lock the cruise control. Okay, let me see what it's gonna do. Is it gonna continue to wrap? Right? And this is the beauty, one of the main reasons I got this drone is because it has the 360 sensors. And of course, because of software like this that DJI is doing really makes this an enticing package. All right, it disabled it. That doesn't, to me, was not what I wanted to do. So while I'm going, let me raise the altitude and lock it. There we go. We got cruise control running. Wow, no hands.
It was not moving.
No hands. Wow. Okay, the sensors are working. The sensors are working. Wow. That's not bad. It's doing its own curve thing. Is it raising altitude? Is it raising altitude? Is it raising altitude? Says that all the sensors are working. Yeah, it is raising altitude. 30, 31. Wow. It's doing this on its own. Like, I'm not doing that. Damn, this cruise control is nice. Oh, and it's avoiding obstacles. It's raising itself up. higher when it senses the obstacles, which is really nice. So I'm getting like a huge wide orbit going on over here, right? So let's see if the cruise control will avoid that tree. Wow, the cruise control avoids the tree. This is nice, guys. This is nice. Okay, I'm not mad anymore. I got a new feature that I like, and it's really cinematic. Can I control the gimbal? I haven't set up the gimbal to do anything really aggressive or anything like, yeah. And you have control over the gimbal. This is really nice. We're gonna try and do like a little curve around this flag. So I'm just gonna start the process. I'm in C mode because I want it nice and slow. I'm going low. I'm not gonna change altitude. I'm gonna try and maintain this altitude right here. There we go. There we go. Nice. It's all locked in. Let's hit record. Right? And the 360 sensors, really nice that you have the sensors to sense what's behind you, in front of you. Really nice. Really nice. So you don't have to worry about getting the shot. Just line yourself up to whatever you want. Lock in the cruise control. And not only do you have sensors, because if you look at the drone like the Evo 2 Pro, it has sensors, but when it senses something, it just stops you. This is like the only cinematic drone. This and of course your OG Mavic 3 that will not only sense things, but really do a decent job at avoiding things. Not so much when we're tracking, which I have the bike here, I'll try that next, but more so when it's flying and it's filming. This is a really, really useful tool. It's a really, really useful feature, and I don't think a lot of people, as I'm here talking to you and this thing is rotating, and I don't think a lot of people understand how super cool this is. Nice. It's almost like it's orbiting by itself, just, you know, like a manual orbit. And yeah, it's doing a great job with these trees. I love it. I love it. It pushes it in closer as it sees the flag. Look at that. You look at that. Look, the tree underneath, and the sensors are not too sensitive. Like, look at how close that tree is. Phenomenal. I don't have to worry about crashing. I don't have to worry about hitting anything. It really takes a lot of the precautionary stuff out of flying, at least in the day, because sensors don't work at night. So yeah, big kudos for DJI. As mad as I am for not being able to take off, I do give them props for this. And I've cooled down a little bit, all right? I've earned the right to vent. I deserve the right to fly, especially when I have permission. So this is nice. This is nice, yeah. All DJI has to do is have like a 107 mode where you submit your 107 license or whatever. I'll submit my 107 license. I'll sign the whatever, take responsibility that I take responsibility for my flights, and just let me fly, please. It's a simple solution. You don't have to do this, you know, because the system, like any system, doesn't work 100% of the time. And what you're doing is forcing people to have like a backup drone always. And not only that, but what you're forcing people to do is walk with other brands of drones that don't have these restrictions, so that in case yours fails for any reason or fails to take off for any reason, they always have this other drone that they need to walk around as a plan B. And I just think there's a much better solution. Like DJI, you don't need to save the world. All right, that's the last you'll hear about me with this. I've got the bike. Let's see the 3x zoom on the bike, how it works. Oh, the D-Log works too. Not bad. You got 3x zoom. 3x zoom with D-Log, I can deal with that. It's pretty impressive. And it's really windy, in case you haven't figured it out. Yeah. I got the Mavic up in the air over here. I got the bike. I'm gonna try riding the bike and see how this works out. The drone was actually pretty low. This is as low as the drone will go with tracking, and this is pretty low. I must say, I was impressed. Yeah, there are sometimes, a lot of times, when you want to track from far away, but it's also nice to have close-up shots, you know. And I'm surprised that this drone is able to track me this close. Now, obviously, going through the fence here, it wasn't able to track and recognize, and it couldn't really make up its mind what to do. And because of all the leaves and the wires and the papers and stuff that was all there, it kind of lost control. So I brought it over myself, which is also a nice feature, that you can use the sticks to control the drone and kind of tell it what to do as you know, as you wish. The best shots are close up, so I brought it as close and as low to me as possible. as you see right here, and I positioned it on the right side of me where it is right now, and that's nice. The little toggle thing, you could position it wherever you want. The tracking so far is pretty impressive. Like, you can get shots, right? I won't say this is the ultimate action drone. Obviously it's more prone to collide than the Skydio, right? Skydio just has better sensing technology. If you can't afford to buy a Mavic and a Skydio, well then, you know, I think this not having a Skydio and just owning this is a good balance between cinematic. Obviously this drone is more cinematic heavy, but it's a good balance between cinematic and tracking. Like, the tracking is doing a good job over here. I even decided, you know what, let me turn into the drone and just see how it would react. So there I was pushing the sticks. That's why I got that warning. I was trying to bring it as close and as low as possible and then ride into it to kind of see what it would do. And it did a good job. It backed off. It kept the image nice and smooth too. I was pretty darn surprised. I'm now beginning to trust it, because when you can ride towards the drone and it reacts like that, that's a good sign. As you could see, it was going around the trees and stuff, pretty nice. I did get some good shots so far, and this is usable shots, right? Nice close-up product shots for these bikes and stuff. It didn't jump off of me and pick up. Whoa, what did it do there? What did it do there? It just almost ran into me. I think because the people passed and it got confused for a second, and then it jumped back on me, and then it started processing. I'm not sure. Either which way, that wasn't so bad. It's doing a good job. It's going around the trees, the poles, everything nice. You see me there looking, because this is my first time tracking with this drone, and I don't, you know, it has to earn my trust, so to speak. I like the close-ups. I like how it comes in and kind of goes out. And, you know, when you put it in D-Log to see if it would track, because drones like the Air 2S and stuff just wouldn't track with D-Log. And I was amazed to see, wow, you know, that this is to me what takes it out of gimmick, because when you can put it in these modes that you can color grade, and that tells you that they're serious about their tracking, because they want you to be able to color grade. And this is another reason why I would prefer to do all my product tracking shots with this drone over the Skydio, because the Skydio just doesn't give me the option to color grade. Yes, it tracks better, but I think I would prefer the ability to color grade over better tracking. That's just me. That place was pretty congested, so I just decided, you know what, let me put it behind me. And behind is not really a nice looking shot, but it did get the job done. So I decided, you know what, let me spin around and see how it responds to that. Now this, I will say, when you're changing positions, like now it's supposed to be behind me, it's not. See, it was on back, so I put it to the left, because when you want to change positions, you have to be in a nice big open area, and then it's going to calculate itself and adjust itself based upon where you are. But if you're in a congested space like me, you're better off just stopping and waiting for it to reposition itself, which is not a big deal. The most important thing I think about this tracking is just being able to catch some shots out of it, as opposed to tracking an entire video from start to end without flaws. You know, you want something like that, you more have to lean towards the Skydio, and even that's not perfect. But for product shots or specific clips you just want to cut out, having the drone following you and stuff, or following your car or whatever, this I think it's doing a great job. And D-Log, oh my gosh, can't complain there. Everything seems to be going good. I'm now beginning to trust the drone, and all of a sudden, whoa, out of nowhere, when I decide to look away, I get an error saying measuring subject distance. I don't know what that was about or what triggered it. Okay, so quick update. Now, it is unlocking. I powered it off, powered it back on, powered off, powered back on, connect to the internet, disconnect, connect to the internet, disconnect. Eventually, it did load my unlocking license, because my unlocking license wasn't showing here, but it finally showed up. But that's 2 hours later. So I'm not going back to that spot over there. We're here already. You saw what happened in the tracking. It was good till it lost me, and then it attacked me and almost chopped my face wide open. The controller is a little bit buggy, like it'll be off right there sometimes, and the signal is a little glitchy. So there is some refinement that needs to be done in this drone, and I'm guessing software updates are going to fix this. But for right now, I can live with it, because it's things like being able to track in D-Log, but 3x zoom on D-Log, that's stuff that the Air 2S just doesn't offer you. The side sensors, and just the way the side sensors is integrated omnidirectional. If you don't put it in too hard scenarios, you can pull off your shots with it, right? Because you don't have to worry about it crashing into things at the side. It's things like this that really makes me want to and probably will keep this drone. I'm happy with the battery life. I'm happy with what it offers. And the camera is very good. The camera is solid. We'll compare it to the Lite Plus. Most likely, this drone is looking like a keeper. Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Did you like the tracking? What do you think happened with the tracking? Is this tracking feature something you would use? Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell so you get notified when I release more videos. I got the Lite Plus versus the Mavic 3 at night coming up soon. So make sure you give me a huge thumbs up for this video, and I will catch you guys, well, whenever I can. Make sure you become a Patreon, guys. Big benefits to Patreon. Get direct access to me. Any questions? I'm right here on Patreon. Support this channel, and there's benefits. Last Mini 2 went all the way to the UK.